Hey y'all. So happy Tuesday. Gonna give everybody a few minutes to come on in the room. Hopefully everybody is having a good Tuesday. Hey Mel. So if you're in the room, make sure you let me know you're in the room, and I'm gonna give everybody just a few minutes to get in here or whatever, and then we'll get into the topic for tonight. Hey Light Bear, hey LaChastity. Hey y'all, hopefully everybody's having a good Tuesday. Just letting everybody come on in and let the alert go out. Hey Cajun. So, okay. Yeah, LaChastity girl, it's getting crazy out here. And these people are coming with it. Do you hear me? They are coming with it. They're giving y'all everything. Everything. Y'all know where they came from. Hey, all right. But y'all, it's getting crazy out here. It's getting intense. Y'all have seen nothing yet. Hey Levon. Hey Niggatron. Hey Scott. Hi. Thank you, Light Bear. Girl, we're gonna break it down tonight. I gotta let y'all know what's been going on. Hopefully y'all saw my video. When did I do that video? Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. The video about what's going on with California. They're now basically trying to infringe on preachers and pastors to persuade them to handle social issues a different way. So if y'all haven't seen that video, make sure y'all definitely check that out. They're basically infringing on free speech. So we're going to see a lot more of this going into 2020. And I'm actually going to be talking about that a little bit tonight, starting off. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny said, Tuesday evening greetings, RhondaMary, blessings and all you do. Thank you. Hey, Sire. Hey, Edward. Everything is good. Hope y'all doing good. So, but yeah, and so some of y'all that pointed out I think it's 501c3. Is that what it's called? But basically, like the tax exemptions for the church. Like I was really I knew it was something else that I wanted to touch on in that video, but I couldn't quite remember. So a lot of y'all were reminding me of that in the comments. So that was a really good point. But if you haven't seen that video, definitely make sure that you check that out, because as I find out stuff that's going on, I definitely try to keep y'all posted and let y'all know how crazy this world is getting, so we know what the heck is going on out here. Hey, Bashan. So let's go ahead and jump into some things for tonight. I know the notification is still going out. There's been a lot of censorship on YouTube, as many of you probably already know. Even with my channel, it can get a little discouraging because I saw my channel like growing, and then all of a sudden it came to a halt and became like very stagnant. So like where I was getting like 100 subscribers a week or more, I probably get like just a few now. So when y'all can share my videos, I appreciate y'all for supporting me and all that. Okay, 501c. Thank you, Mel. But first of all, so we're gonna get to the gay reparations. Okay, we are gonna get to that, but I did want to talk about this first, because it has to do a lot with what is going on right now. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm about to talk about right now, Lavon. So this whole Google thing. So if you don't know, there was recently a leaked video from a Google executive basically talking about how they manipulate, the algorithms, for lack of better terms. That's exactly what they do. And so the crazy part about it is that these people, Google has already censored the video. So I'm not going to be able to share the actual video with you guys like I would normally do, but we're going to read it, and then from an article, read about it. We'll talk about it, and then I'm actually going to show y'all a hearing that took place on today, where they are addressing these things. So Vashawn said Google removed the video, and let me tell you, this is the crazy part about it. So it's still on the original website, but the people that were like reposting the video and stuff like that, Google was actually removing it, and then gonna say it's an invasion of the woman's privacy. But let that have been any other leaked video of anybody else, particularly, oh, good Lord, somebody in the freaking Trump administration, the video would have been everywhere. You know what I mean? But this just proves how manipulative these people can be. But anyway, so let's start by looking at this article or whatever. Yes, Kenny, that's another thing. Google is taking away Google Hangouts. I'm not very privy to what all that includes at this moment, but I definitely need to do more research into that this week. But they will be taking away Google Hangouts and replacing it with something else. So I really don't know at this time how that's going to affect people that do panels, and like people that use, like me, I use Google Hangouts to show y'all my screen, like how I'm doing right now. But it is being replaced with something else. So we'll see what happens. But okay. So first of all, y'all, the crazy part about it is that the Washington Times and the Washington Post, I think, were literally like the biggest news coverage that these are getting so far. I haven't saw them like on I haven't saw CNN talking about this, MSNBC. And they may be talking about it on the nightly news tonight. I don't know so far, but as of yet, I haven't seen articles or anything on those websites about this. But I mean, are we really surprised, honestly? But Google exec and Project Veritas Sting says only big tech can stop the next Trump situation. So a top Google executive was caught on hidden camera declaring that the federal government should not break up the tech giant. Because then it would be more difficult to prevent the next Trump situation. Project Veritas undercover video released Monday shows Jenny Ganai, head of Google's responsible innovation team, which seeks to ensure fair and ethical outcomes via artificial intelligence. Y'all, listen to her position and what, like, her job title, okay? Literally, her position is head of Google's responsible innovation team. Her duty to seek to ensure fair and ethical outcomes via artificial intelligence. That's literally her job duty. Anyway, disputing Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren's antitrust push. Elizabeth Warren is saying we should break up Google, Ms. Janai said. So this is what she was saying in the video that I'm not allowed to show y'all because this is how manipulative these people are. And like, I love her, but she's very misguided. That will not make it better. It will make it worse, because now all these smaller companies who don't have the same resources that we do will be charged with preventing the next Trump situation. She added, it's a small company, cannot do that. The video part of Project Veritas sting operation into Silicon Valley provided fodder to conservatives who have long charged Google with manipulating its search engine to promote a left of center political agenda. Y'all notice how, like, even when these people do articles, it's like Washington Times is saying, okay, we agree, but it's like still trying to make the people complaining about this the bad guys, because they use little words like fodder and stuff like that. But anyway, so Google did not return immediately Monday a request for comment. Congress and the Justice Department have recently launched antitrust probes into giants like Google, Facebook, and Twitter. All right. So, of course, as always, I'll link this article below if y'all want to know more information about that. I will also link the Project Veritas actual website so y'all can go see the video yourself of what the lady was saying undercover if you have not seen that video or whatever. So this is Ted Cruz addressing one of the execs at Google today.
Do you think it's Google's job to, quote, prevent the next Trump situation?
Thank you, Senator. I don't agree with that. No, sir.
So a different individual, a whistleblower identified simply as an insider at Google with knowledge of the algorithm, is quoted on the same report as saying Google, quote, is bent on never letting somebody like Donald Trump come to power again. Do you think it's Google's job to make sure, quote, somebody like Donald Trump never comes to power again?
No, sir, I don't think that is Google's job. And we build for everyone, including every single religious belief, every single demographic, every single region, and certainly every political affiliation.
Well, I have to say that certainly does not appear to be the case. Of the senior executives at Google, do you know of a single one who voted for Donald Trump?
Thank you, Senator. I'm a user experience director and I work on Google Digital Wellbeing, and I can tell you we have diverse views, but I can't.
Question. Do you know of anyone who voted for Trump? Of the senior
I definitely know of people who voted for Trump.
Of the senior executives at Google?
I don't talk politics with my workmate.
Is that a no?
Sorry, is that a no to what?
Do you know of any senior executives, even a single senior executive at the company who voted for Donald Trump?
As the digital well-being expert, I don't think this is in my purview to comment on.
So you don't know. That's all right. You don't have to know.
I definitely don't know.
I can tell you what the public records show. The public records show that in 2016, Google employees gave to the Hillary Clinton campaign $1.315 million. That's a lot of money. Care to venture how much they gave to the Trump campaign?
I would have no idea, sir.
Well, the nice thing is it's a round number, $0.00. Not a penny, according to the public reports. Let's talk about one of the PowerPoints that.
All right. So, y'all heard that. So, yeah, right. I'm going to link that video below as well. That is actually not the young lady. That's not the same young lady that was in the Veritas video. She said she actually doesn't personally know her either. Yogi Fish said, thanks for your great works. Thank you. All right. So y'all heard that there for yourself, right? So Google executives literally donated millions to Hillary Clinton. Zero to Trump, right? According to Ted Cruz, this is public records. Now, let's put things into context because y'all know I'm the queen to keep that same energy and the queen of pulling receipts. Tell me how this is different from the big fuss they were making about Russia. Do y'all literally remember when all the news platforms were talking about how Russia tricked Black people? Oh, you know, the big bad wolf Russia came into Black people's homes and totally tricked them into not voting or not liking Hillary Clinton or voting for Trump with their measly $4,000 worth of Facebook ads. I mean, everybody was talking about it. Everybody. Facebook ads. But yet you have Google, a tech giant, a tech powerhouse, 67.5 percent of Americans use Google, y'all. 67.5% of Americans use Google. I just need y'all to understand this. I need y'all to understand how powerful this is. If you're watching this video, you don't like Trump, or you don't like whatever, at the end of the day, you need to realize how significant 67.5% of Americans' information is directly being manipulated. The information that we are able to receive, regardless of what you like, don't like, that is extremely concerning. That is extremely scary. Hey, Daryl. Y'all, that is problematic. Google is purposely, and people have been saying this forever, and now it's like, oh my God, like, we keep telling y'all. You know what I mean? Like, how can it get any clearer? And so if this is happening right before our eyes, where Google, that is supposed to be a platform, hey Neil, has literally turned into a freaking publisher. They're saying, okay, we won't release this information. They can't get this information. We'll hide this information. If they can do this in real time, y'all just imagine all of the lies in our textbooks. Just imagine all the lies in history. Just imagine all of the things that public figures know that they keep from the general public, that they literally have the power to keep from us. And so the crazy part is that people assume, right, that this only affects people in the far right, but it's just not true. It's literally just not true. I have 8,000 subscribers, and I've significantly seen my YouTube channel. I've seen my YouTube channel affected by this. So what happens is these things are done by the algorithms. So I'm pretty, like, if people really pay attention to me and really watch my channel and like things I talk about and stuff like that, I would say I'm pretty libertarian. I'm actually pretty center. But because I talk about certain topics that some people may deem controversial, I end up getting caught up in the same algorithms. So this is just the beginning. Y'all are going to see this get worse and worse going into 2020. I can't remember which country that was. Y'all may know in the chat, but it was a country that recently had elections, and they were like shutting their, I can't remember if they shut their internet off or they were literally booting like some of the top YouTubers offline or something. It was like really crazy. Like it was like 2 days before their election or something. And I'm like, so when you really think about it, it's scary when other people can decide for grown people how they are going to dispel information to us. Okay, so Freckle Beauty said it was Ethiopia. But what information we are allowed to receive and not to receive. So y'all are going to probably, if nothing is like reached in these hearings, we're going to see a lot of this going into 2020. But it is completely contradictory and disingenuous for these news outlets, right, who did whole segments talking about this little $4,000 campaign that the Russians did to manipulate the elections, do not have that same exact energy when it comes to this, because virtually, I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Let me go. What was that quote that lady said? And you literally have people like Elizabeth Warren who these people know Google needs to be broken up. Something needs to be done. Because at this point, let me see. What did that lady say? She called Elizabeth Warren misguided, first of all, which was like, girl. But look, she said, I love her, talking about Elizabeth Warren, but she's very misguided. Breaking up Google will not make it better. It will make it worse, because now all these smaller companies who do not have the same resources that we do will be charged with preventing the next Trump situation, right? So it's a couple of things to look at here. First of all, they talk about smaller companies, which oftentimes when things are done on a smaller scale, you usually have like less manipulation, less corruption, because there's competition, right? And so this is why a lot of times people like Google, these powerhouses, make it so hard for smaller platforms to get off the ground. And then when they do, they come snatch them up, they eat them up, they buy them up, they knock them out or whatever. And she's admitting they don't have the same resources. So they literally, she's saying these smaller companies do not have the capacity to do or handle things or prevent things like we do. So y'all, whew, these folks are just terrible. But it's gonna get worse and worse. Let me ask y'all, since we're talking about 2020. So y'all know the debates are coming up tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Y'all, oh my God. This is going to be entertaining, to say the least. You have a lot of people. So in the first debate, which is tomorrow, you have Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren, Tulsi Gabbard, and Beto O'Rourke. Second debate, which is Thursday, you have Joe Biden. I almost said Joe Button. Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Andrew Yang, and Kamala Harris. So this is going to be some good material. This is going to be funny. If y'all plan on watching the Democratic debates at all, press 1. If you don't plan to watch, if you're already over it, press 2. I was talking to my friend today, And he's like, girl, I'm so not interested in that. But Sean said, I'm interested in seeing the ratings. For some reason, I think the ratings are going to be up. I see a lot of tools. That's funny. So nobody's really interested in watching a debate. Oh my goodness. I think it was 1-1. Muggsy Diva, Levon, he's like, I may watch or I may not watch, depending on how I'm feeling. Helena J said she depending on the watch party. I think the ratings, so Bashan thinks the ratings are gonna be low. And Muggsy Diva said Tulsi is the only person on the left that I do respect. Colin said watch the second debate. Do you mean, Colin, are you talking about the second round of debates or are you talking about the second night? The one that's going to have Bernie and Joe Biden in it. I'm just interested because, so Brooke said, I know you are interested, Rhonda. I'm interested because I really want to see what they have to say and I want to see what they have to bring. So let me go ahead and tell y'all my predictions about what the debates are going to be. So completely be expecting to see all politics and pandering and people looking for that viral moment, right? Like everybody is going to be trying to get that sound bite that's going to make them go viral, have them buzzing on Instagram and YouTube. Like everybody's going to be looking for that moment. So if you're expecting any type of policy or anything like that, you watching for the wrong thing. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be just a lot of, what do they call it? It's going to be a lot of virtue signaling and a lot of platitudes, okay? A lot of platitudes, no policy. That's my prediction. I actually think for this first debate that they're going to keep it pretty cordial and cool for now. I think so. I don't think the mudslinging is going to come out like right away. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We will see what happens. So, the CIA said we already know who's going to win. Tory Macon said it isn't going to matter if the people getting elected to Congress are not going to work with Trump. Dancing Tonight said, I'm over it already. So I think I'm gonna Morris Whitaker said they have so much info and pictures on Biden, he will drop out. Do y'all think? I don't think Biden's gonna drop out. Hey, Roland. I don't think Biden's gonna drop out. I think it's gonna end up being him and Bernie. That's what I think. I think even though Bernie has become a little lackluster to some people, I still think it's going to end up being between him and Bernie. I don't think Biden is going to drop out. And why I say that is because Biden knew going into this pretty much, like he knew early on that he wasn't going to get the Obama endorsement, and he knew that he knows everything he knows everything that's out there. He knows it. So but yeah, y'all. So we'll see what happens. I may or may not make little videos here and there if it's like interesting stuff that I actually want to talk about. And then if not, I just won't. But so y'all, let's get into this gay reparations thing. Oh Lord. The pandering, it is at an all-time high. The pandering is at an all-time high. So let me show y'all this tweet, first of all. Ooh. All right, y'all. So this your girl, Elizabeth Warren. All right. So it wasn't until marriage equality became law that gay and lesbian couples could jointly file tax returns. So they pay more in taxes. Our government owes them more than $50 million for the years our discriminatory tax code left them out. We must right these wrongs. We must right these wrongs. We must provide gay reparations, because it's basically what this is. So first of all, y'all, at this point, what are these people not offering in 2020? Like, literally, name me something that they are not offering in 2020. We are getting reparations, removing student loan debt. We're curing cancer. I mean, literally, name something. Literally, name something they're not doing. We're getting, they want to decriminalize illegal immigration. They want to give you unicorns, ice cream, and free Netflix for the rest of your life. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Like that's the point we're at now. They are literally offering pretty much everything but the freaking kitchen sink. Literally. It's probably on somebody's platform, the CIA, unicorns and Netflix for life. Like, let me gather, y'all. Do any of y'all out there, could you use a kitchen sink? The CIA is saying his kitchen sink is leaky. I'm sure one of them could definitely throw in a kitchen sink to your voting package this year. Like, this is straight madness. Like, do people believe this stuff? Really? And then what irks me so bad, y'all, is it's like we're watching a parody. It's literally like we're watching a parody. Like, if you came out and you had one thing that it's like, okay, this is the one thing that I want to do for America that I feel like hasn't been done. This is kind of what I'm building my platform around. And the other things I'm going to do at least seem doable. But these people, how you gonna do everything? And you have people like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. It's like, who can say that they're gonna give the most? Like, I don't know do y'all remember being in grade school and you would have those kids that were like, brag about like what they got for Christmas or something. And it will be like, I got a new truck. I got a new Power Ranger. I got a new computer. I got new shoes. Like, this is literally what I feel like they're doing. Like, we're watching this parody where they're going back and forth to see just who can say they can do the most stuff. And people, like, it's so blatantly obvious. You can't do everything. And it's like every day when they come out and say they're going to do something else, people are still enthralled by this. Did y'all used to have like the little campaigns in high school where the students would be running for like vice president and president of the student body, and they would promise you like ridiculous things that they knew they couldn't do, but you just wanted to hear it for some reason? Like, I'll make sure you can leave school early on Fridays. I'll make sure you have free ice cream every day in the cafeteria. Like, it's straight up free pizza, you know? Hey, Raymond. It's literally insanity. But anyway, so back to gay reparations. Not only is this completely ridiculous, it's actually very offensive and a slap in the face, right? It's extremely desperate. It's extremely desperate, but it's also a slap in the face. And let me tell y'all why. Because as we know, as a lot of y'all have been seeing in the media recently, it is Black people who have started gay reparations. It is Black people who have started this discussion, right? That has now become a nationwide discussion about reparations, okay? And whether you agree with reparations or not, there is an actual historical claim with historical context based around things like redlining, Jim Crow, and the impacts that we could see from the criminal bill. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I can't even think right now. Criminal Act, right? So that's why you have these hearings going on right now about reparations. But this is where they mess up at. This is where they messed up at. And I told y'all, this is a problem. These people are so hell-bent on being the party of oppression Olympics, right? Because somebody has to prove that they were oppressed more. So literally, no one was talking about any type of restitution or reparations for LGBTQ, but Elizabeth Warren felt compelled, right? Because everybody's doing bad. Everybody's life is miserable. Everybody is hurting. Everybody needs something. Everybody needs something free. Everybody needs restitution. everybody is pouring in despair, that Elizabeth Warren feels compelled to include a group that I haven't seen asking to be included, all for the ability to one up everybody else's discussion. Elizabeth Warren just all lives mattered, y'all. And people didn't even notice because it's Elizabeth Warren. If this had been done, this same type of thing, across the political aisle, people would be highly upset and this would be way more talked about. But that's exactly what she just did. She undermined a conversation to bring in and focus on a different group. Thank you, Brenda. Hey, Beats by Blue. Not only that, I've told y'all about the dangers of LGBTQ riding on the backs of Black people, riding on the backs of civil rights, being aligned to or taking over the conversations that deal with civil rights. This is what's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to be a conflict of interest. And this is why you don't align yourself with a group that wants to make everybody different. It doesn't make sense, because what's going to happen is some wires are going to get crossed. This is the same exact thing you see happening with how, if you actually look at numbers and stats and facts, illegal immigration directly, negatively impacts Black people. But for some reason, because Don Lemon gets on TV and makes Black people believe that there is some imaginary brown and Black coalition, that people will negate their own self-interest. You cannot do that. And this is why it's important to be individuals. Because the wires are going to get crossed. It doesn't make sense. So now everybody is trying to outdo everybody, to the point where everybody ends up back where they were. If you give everybody money, it basically cancels out what you like. People not. It's so blatantly obvious. These people are doing one of two things, or maybe they're doing both. And I'll let y'all help me out with this. One, they are either completely lying, they are just straight up pathetic liars, or two, they are trying to do to the entire nation what they have done in California, which is these politicians are trying to do so much that they literally explode the deficit. leaving the middle class out, increasing poverty, increasing homelessness, making rich richer, and leaving the middle class voiceless. It's one of the two, or maybe both. And for some reason, people cannot see that. I am not opposed to people claiming or asking for what they think they deserve or sharing their grievances. This is America. You have freedom of speech. But when you have a party that is so desperate that they will undermine one group to uphold another, which really it's any other way is impossible. At this point, it's impossible to not do that because of the level that it's reached. So this idea that people were under 2 years ago, 3 years ago, for however long ago, right? All these different groups, Black people, Hispanic people, LGBT people, Asian people, minority people, transgender people, paraplegic people, whatever type of people, we're just gonna grab hands and walk into the sunset, sing Kumbaya, and everything was gonna be great because we're the party of other. You can now see how they are completely undermining you. Elizabeth Warren, gay reparations. Like, I was just so shocked by it. So shocked. And the crazy part about it is, y'all, I have seen YouTube videos and read articles from LGBTQ people who also think this is just as ridiculous. The LGBTQ YouTube video that I saw was from a Black person. The article, I wasn't quite sure the ethnicity of the person, but still LGBTQ, and think this is absolutely ridiculous to even put this in the same discussion, to even undermine the conversation that's happening. And the fact that people are, man, the fact that people are not addressing this, and they don't even realize what a slap in the face that is. Cajun said, does it really shock you? Really? It's like, maybe not shocked, right? Because shocked is almost like being startled, like it's unexpected. So I wouldn't say I'm shocked, but it doesn't stop me from being disappointed and wanting other people to see that at some point, none of this just doesn't make sense. It just literally doesn't make sense. And I want like the contradictions and the levels of being disingenuous, it's so striking. It's so painfully obvious, right? That I'm just a across the board type of person. I'm just a common sense type of person. When you have news stations and news articles that will talk for days, do entire news segments about $4,000 Facebook Russian ads and how that was manipulating and tricking the woe is me Black people, and how that was election and campaign interference, but you don't have that same energy for a tech powerhouse like Google that 67.5 Americans use to find their information. When you have news stations and news articles that will talk for weeks with news segments about how dismissive all lives matter is to the conversation of Black Lives Matter, but you don't have that same energy when reparations are being talked about for Black people, but somebody throws in LGBTQ reparations. You don't even have to have a specific you don't even have to have a specific belief on each topic to know that they are akin. Do y'all get what I'm saying? To know that if you're going to call out one, just call out both. It's the same. Like, so I just be wanting people to do comparative analysis and comparative reasoning. And when the news tells you to feel this way, say, well, have I felt that way in the past? Have I looked at this any other kind of way? Am I keeping the same energy? And that Veritas project video, that's not gonna go viral. That's not gonna go viral. People are not gonna really be talking about that. That whole thing with, especially the mainstream media, that whole thing with Ted Cruz basically ripping into that girl. I want y'all to go back and watch that whole thing because it was actually pretty funny in the beginning, because the lady said something about, this is cutting into my daytime job or something like that. And he was like, oh, sorry, I had to cut into your daytime job or something. It was funny. And he was kind of ripping into her, so it was good. Hey, Third Eye. But I want y'all to go back and watch this, so I'll link it after I get off. But that's not gonna go viral. Do y'all know how many people don't even know these hearings are going on with like Google and Facebook, and they're trying to hold these people accountable for these things? And that's what we need people to know. We need balanced information reaching people. And that's why YouTube is important, even though they're demonetizing us and censoring us. Thank you, Valdez. Valdez said Democrats engage people on an emotional level, not a logical one. By the way, Democrats are determined to make victims out of us all. That emotional versus logical is so freaking true. So freaking true. When I really started evaluating myself and really questioning my beliefs and my stances on different things, I started to realize how oftentimes I had been manipulated into parroting things or supporting things when I really didn't know what the crap I was talking about. Literally. And I've told y'all this with the whole abortion thing, right? I've shared this story, so some of y'all may already know, but with the whole abortion thing, only talking points came to my head, right? Women's rights, her body, her choice, keep your hands off my body. But then when I really started to look at stats, look at facts, look at marketing tactics, look at the procedures and how they are carried out, it gave me the opportunity to form a more balanced opinion and a more informed opinion about the topic. And I think we should all do that. And now I can say that and I can tell people that from my perspective, because I've been through that. I was that person because I didn't realize that I was being manipulated. I didn't realize that. And so that's what I hope to bring to people. Even if you don't come away with the same position that I have on certain issues, even if you don't, because we're not going to always agree, that's fine. But my biggest mission is to offer people a more balanced way to look at things and present more information that we are not getting in mainstream media, that my peers are not getting in Black media and urban media. So yeah, that emotional versus logical thing, that's a real thing. But yeah, even with my channel, y'all, my channel had started taking off like crazy. My videos were easily hitting every single video 1,000 views. I mean, minimum. But I was 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 11,000. Then all of a sudden, I'm lucky if I get 600 views on videos now. It's painfully obvious. And the fact is, when I was hitting those views, I had half the number of subscribers that I do now. So, I mean, just do the math. It's not logical. I mean, let's just be real. You have Google executives coming out saying that they are manipulating the algorithms to do so. So, but thank y'all who continuously support me. Definitely thank y'all to my super chatters or whatever. But it's really ridiculous. Y'all know I'm gonna always try to bring y'all the truth and more information as it comes. Third Eye said same here. My videos barely break 200 views now. That's crazy, man. And I don't know, man. It kind of sucks, honestly. But and Savage Donald Trump said conservative viewpoints will be censored. And this is what I was saying earlier. If I actually survey like my ideology and position on certain things, I'm actually pretty center. I'm actually pretty center. I'm actually very libertarian. But the fact of the matter is, because I talk about, like, first of all, because I talk about certain topics that some people may find controversial, the algorithms pick up those topics, right? I'm certainly not far right. But I'm getting caught in the balance, in the net. And this is what people have to understand. Censorship is not just going to affect nothing. Nothing is ever going to affect, is going to affect like what they say they're going to do. Every single time, if any group of people, I'm telling y'all, if any group of politicians, figureheads, any of these people, every single time they come and tell you we're doing this to protect you, we're doing this to help you, better take a second look. All these things have adverse effects every single time. Every man. Every single time. I mean, where do you want to start? We could look at welfare. We could look at the way the integration was carried out. We can look at the crime bill, right? They were like, we're gonna get all of the drug dealers out of your neighborhoods. Every single time. Now they're telling us, oh, we'll protect you from the bad information. We'll protect you from the bad information. You know, the untrue information. We'll protect you. We got you. And then before you know it, they're hiding and censoring the truth. Okay, let me see. Vashawn said, did I miss your super chat? Vashawn, I think I read your... I think... Oh, okay. I'm sorry I missed it. Thank you, Vashawn. He said common sense appears right-leaning these days, so there is no such thing as being center or independent. Isn't that crazy, though? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that we live in a world where straight up just common sense, just science, just neutral things? Whoever thought that the things we learned in like basic biology, right? Like women have vaginas and men have penises. Whoever thought saying that now would straight up be controversial? I mean, wow, that's saying a lot about what controversial means in 2019. Literally. So I can think about that, y'all. I can get censored for saying something that I was literally taught in school. I mean, and according to some people, that literally makes me right-leaning. If that is not crazy, I don't know what is. That's straight me saying something that I literally learned in school in biology class. Literally now in 2019 makes me controversial and makes me right-leaning. But hey, welcome to the future. But no, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully they'll get this stuff straight. Hopefully they will break this up. I always like to see when politicians, when they do cross the aisle for what's right. So we see also people like Elizabeth Warning. That actually might be a good name for her. Elizabeth Warning. Anyway, Elizabeth Warren, right? I like when we actually see politicians doing what they're supposed to do, working in the best interest to protect the freedoms of the American people. And so Elizabeth Warren is also team break up Google and get them right. So it could get really bad going into 2020, or hopefully it'll be fixed, it'll be addressed. I don't know if Trump has addressed this. I'm not exactly sure. I did see Donald Trump Jr. tweet something about the Google Veritas videos. But we'll see what happens. But all right, y'all. And those are my thoughts for tonight. Like I said, I'm probably going to be checking out the Democratic debates over the next 2 nights. I really want to see. I gave my predictions kind of earlier in this video if you're just coming in. But I kind of want to see what everybody is going to be talking about. And because there are so many people, y'all probably already know this, but be prepared. There are going to be some wild, I don't want to say wild, but probably, I won't say outrageous, but similar to that, things said and done, just because everybody's going to try to be the golden child. They're going to be trying to get the most airtime. They're going to be trying to say that thing that catches everybody's attention. So you're definitely going to see that or whatever. But like I said, if something interesting actually happens or something that I feel like I want to add context to or whatever, I'll definitely make a video about it. Thank you, Raymond. I think thank you. Yeah, right, too. I think he's talking to me. I don't know who he's talking about. But Muggsy Devo said they will be mudslinging. So be prepared for that. Marshall said, I like you. You are cute, but I have to do my civic duty. Okay. Yeah, right. Said I should watch it with y'all. But the thing is, so should I do, like, that would be kind of cool, huh? Like if I watched it and like gave my thoughts throughout. But they said they don't want to watch it. Most people aren't interested. They're over it already. Thank you, Muggsy Diva. They said they're over it already, yeah, right? Like most people, I think I only had 1 or 2 people who said they're actually going to watch it or whatever. I gotta go, Scott, but thank you, Third Eye. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching, always supporting me, rocking with me on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. ish. For all of y'all that want to see the links in to like the articles and everything I was talking about tonight, I'm definitely going to drop those below this video. If y'all haven't seen, make sure y'all go and watch my video that I did yesterday about what's going on with the LGBTQ in California as relates to clergymen. And then also make sure y'all check out that video from the hearings today with Ted Cruz, because it was pretty interesting, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of that. But all right, y'all, have a good night. Bye.